everyone, in this video I'm going to be working on this desk. This is a pedestal desk, otherwise known as a tanker desk. This is not an original, this is a reproduction of I think it's a Georgian or a Regency or something like that, but it's definitely a reproduction. It's made of pressed board and veneer, so it's not solid wood. I'm going to be working on this. It's a really nice solid desk, and I'll tell you who I'm doing this desk for. I'm finally doing a piece of furniture for my beautiful, lovely wife. And I'll be honest, I was supposed to be doing this for her birthday in April last year, and I just haven't had the time to do it. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who know your other halves are always the last in the queue, but I really want to get this done for her. And the reason being is she works from home quite a lot now, and she does so much for me, and I wouldn't be able to do this or anything that I do without her. And we've just recently converted our attic into an office for Emma, and she's not moved in there yet. It's pretty much all finished. It is finished, but she's just waiting for this desk, and she's dying to get in there, but she doesn't either. She doesn't moan at me to get this done. I just want to get this done. Now, I have got other jobs lined up, but this is now a priority. So I'm going to do this desk for her. Hopefully she'll love it. She will have some input into it, but she trusts me and she trusts my judgment on how it's going to look. So stay tuned, and hopefully you'll enjoy the process and you'll enjoy what I do with this desk. So thanks for watching. This drawer is really stiff, so we'll sort that out. That one's got a handle missing, so I'm sure I've got some of these again, reproduction, not brass. I've got some of those. The overall condition isn't too bad. You can see the finish isn't the best. Scratches and dings, some missing veneer, leather top, which I want to do something with. The sides have got the decorative paddles. Handles need some attention. It's got a key, little drawer liner, which I don't think that's original. That can go. Yeah, not bad. Let's see what I can do with this. Finally! I'll just have to flatten that out a bit. Just bent a little bit, but no problem. This should be a bit easier. Just another 8 more to go. And those are not brass. I can tell that straight away, they're not solid brass. Don't know if you can see that, but that's MDF. Once they've cut into the wood, that looks like wood, but it's not, it's pressed board, it's MDF. But we'll make it look nice. You can see there, that's pressed board as well, chipboard, and there you can see where it's been partially veneered. So definitely not an original. You can see it there as well. The leather isn't in a bad condition. There's a couple of marks on it. Don't want the green colour because it won't go with the final look. So I'm going to attempt to dye it a different colour. So it's been cleaned. I'm just going to give it a light sand with 400 grit sandpaper, and then I'm going to attempt to dye it. So I've not done this before, so I'm hoping it turns out okay, but I'll give it a go. Bought this leather dye, gets a good write up, never used it before. I'll leave a link in the description. And apparently you apply it with a sponge, and the first coat looks a bit rubbish apparently, and then you just build up the coat. So let's give it a go. Before I start doing everything else, I'll leave that to dry, give it a couple more coats, and then I'll carry on. I did the 3 coats and it was still showing through. In fact, there's another little bit there which I'll just touch up. I did another coat. The worst thing was the gold. The gold kept showing through. So probably if you didn't have that, it would take 3 coats, but this has had about 4 and a little bit coats. And apparently what you do now is dry. You see that? That's not coming off that. But then you just leave it for 24 hours just to fully cure and harden. And then I can do the rest of it. Obviously I've gone over. That's why I haven't refinished the tabletop yet, because I didn't want to mess it up with the dye. But I'm going to have to be really careful now when I do this, not to mess the dye up. So yeah, I'll do the others now and hopefully it should look good. I thought this trim just really dated the piece of furniture, and it also didn't fit in with the design that I had in my head, so I decided to remove it. That's wood and that's plastic. So again, not an antique piece of furniture, and I don't want this on. So it's coming off. I only want to give this bit a scuff sand. So this is 240 grit sandpaper on a lowish speed. There's a little bit of a sort of gouge there, so I'm just going to put a little bit of wood filler in there. This section I want to separate from that, not physically separate it but visually. So I want to get this back down to the bare wood and see what it looks like in wood. So that's what I'll do now. Finish that off with some sanding now. bored of that now? Where's your cock? Come here. Come. Sit. Ready, steady, go! I think I mentioned it earlier. I wanted to do the leather dyeing before I did the finishing of the wood because I was assuming that the leather dye would dye the wood, and it's only a thin veneer, so I didn't want to start trying to get the dye out of the unfinished wood. But that's left me with this problem where I don't want to damage what I've done on the leather. So I've had a go with a sander, and if I just go very lightly with the sander, this wood is slightly higher than the leather, so I've just got to go very, very carefully and get a border, and then I can remove the rest of the finish a bit easier. It's going to take a while, but that's what I'm going to do. I'll show you what I mean. So I didn't do too badly. I didn't damage much of it, but you can see there, I don't know if you can see that. That edge, the leather was higher than the wood, so there was no way I could avoid that. And there's a few little bits like there where I've caught it, and I think there I caught it as well. So all I need to do now, sand the rest of it and then touch up those damaged bits. I'm going to use walnut. You can see this is MDF, so it just soaks right in because it's rubbish wood. There's a little bit of a mark there, so I'm just going to try and blend it a little bit. Just some of these markers. Okay. If you've watched previous videos of mine, you'll see me use this paint before. This is Hague Blue by Farrow & Ball, and it's a really nice blue. It looks a lot lighter on camera, but once it's dry, it's quite deep and rich like a navy. And Emma really loves this colour, so that's the colour she's getting. As I said earlier, these are not brass and I want them to be a copper colour. So I'm using this gilding wax by, I think it's called Peebo or something like that. And it's fairly easy to apply, just takes quite a long time, but really nice colour and nice finish. Just got to do all these now. So I'll be back in about an hour. If you've enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out and it shows YouTube that people are enjoying this video. If you want to see more content like this, then please consider subscribing. It costs absolutely nothing and will ensure you don't miss a single video. Emma wants the desk a little bit higher than it currently is. So an easy way to do that is just to use some of these little feet, and it's got some sort of extenders on it. So as long as you've got enough to go into the wood, but rather than putting it in the corner there where the join and risk it splitting, I'm going to put it back here, right in the middle, just to stop it splitting. These don't look brilliant, but once it's sat down you won't really see them, and they're removable as well, you just prise them out. So if they don't work, we'll try something different. The only thing left to do now is to reinstall the hardware and to say a massive thank you to everybody that supports this channel. If you'd like to support the channel, I'll leave the links in the description. That's through Buy Me a Coffee, Super Thanks button or the Amazon wishlist. And as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.